What's happening, man? Pete. I am stoked that you're going to start up a YouTube channel. I want to just share my thoughts over the next few minutes and kind of give you a crash course on how I do my stuff. It's just down and dirty. Nothing elegant about it, but I thought I'd run you through it, just kind of give you the lay of land and kind of give you the costs associated with my setup here. So first of all, this is the table. I've got a white tablecloth that I do my tabletop reviews. Anything like this stuff, which I'm going to do pretty soon, I do on the white table to kind of diffuse the color. But then also, I will surround myself on either side with these studio lights. You can actually get these studio lights. I mean, they come with this stand, the bulb, an umbrella like this. You have to kind of put it all together when you get it, but it's super cheap. And the cool thing about it is when you face them like this, you get a nice diffused white light for shooting video. It sucks on YouTube videos when the lighting isn't very good, and so you're going to kind of get used to having these big studio lights, and there are different umbrellas. I'm actually going to do a video about that. I don't know that I have another one out here, but so to kind of give you different effects. But these white ones that come stock with it are actually pretty nice. As you can see, there's another studio light over there. I usually use two of them when I'm shooting a tabletop review or sitting behind a desk review, and I have them shining at me. That set right there for those two, I think I got on Amazon for like 55 bucks delivered. So it comes with everything you see there. Also use those in the wide shot review, and you can actually get different umbrellas. I have a couple of umbrellas that are the silver opaque, and those are a little bit better if you're gonna put it over on one end of the room and you're gonna be 5-10 feet away doing a demonstration. They're kind of better for really focusing and directing light at you. So if you're going to kind of be the subject and doing your video and sitting 10 feet away, I would suggest getting a couple of additional umbrellas, which are going to be like $6 a piece for the different lighting effects. Especially if you're kind of doing an assembly of a model or something like that and you're filming a little ways back, I can see that actually being a better setup. So it depends on, tabletop or wide shot. These are good for both. Also for recording videos, I use the iPhone, which I'm recording on right now, but it has kind of a limited hard drive space. It's actually a really good camera overall. But the other thing I have is a cheap, actual handy cam type of thing. This is a Canon VIXIA HF R62. A pretty good little camcorder. I mean, I do have an SD card in here with like, I don't know, 8 or 16 additional gigs. So this thing can record 2 hours, 4 hours or something like that. I have it set up to record on HD. The only thing I don't really like about the VIXIA is that the colors seem to be a little washed out. I actually think the colors look a little more natural and vibrant on my iPhone footage, and I will throw out there that when they release the next iPod Touch, I actually may get one of those in like the 128 gig version, because then I can film using that. It's just on my iPhone, you use up space pretty quickly. But this has been pretty good. One, for filming long segments, especially if I only think I'm going to shoot 10 minutes of usable video, but I have to shoot an hour long kind of a time-lapse thing. I like doing it on here because then I don't have to worry about it. The microphone is pretty good on it, which is nice. And then the screen does flip around, so you can rotate it around. So if you're shooting yourself, you can kind of make sure that your shot is in frame and all of that. And then it uses a mini USB to copy those images off the computer. You can see right there, actually, I just powered it on. And on the SD card that I have in there, I have 3 hours of recording time, so that's usually more than enough. I do have an extra one of these batteries, which was cheap, like 10 bucks, so even if I'm out on the road or filming outside, I don't have to worry about it running out of juice. It also has a zoom up here, and that's actually the really big differentiator between using an iPhone or an iPod and a camera like this. This is an optical zoom, and so I can actually zoom in and not lose any quality, still record at 1080p. So if you're recording something from a distance, I've used this for some of my car reviews and and pretty much all of my outside reviews. You can kind of zoom in on stuff, so you're not really always stuck with adjusting the frame by just moving something forward and back. Because you can zoom with an iPhone, but it's a digital zoom, and so you lose quality if you do anything other than just use kind of the zero zoom with the 1x. So again, I probably bought this one for $230, I think, just to kind of have something with image stabilization, optical zoom, and recording really long time. Now, I also have this obviously on a tripod here. I think this is a 4-footer. I have a couple different tripods, and those were cheap too. I got them on Amazon. But the nice thing is I can snap in my smartphone. I can unscrew that and put the camera on top of these. You know, that one stays usually in that 4-footer there. I probably, if I were to recommend getting one, get a taller one than you need. And in retrospect, I probably would have just gotten one that's a 5-footer, or even two that are a 5-footer. And actually, you can see I've got another really small one here, and I think this is another 3-footer or something like that. Get 1 or 2 5-footers so that you can have your stuff ready to go, and you can always adjust down to the height. So that's kind of something I learned, instead of continuing to buy small ones that you have to prop up on stuff. So FYI. The only thing I use for editing movies is iMovie, the app, the free app on iOS devices. I use it on my iPhone a lot for the shorter ones. For the ones that I kind of want to manipulate a little bit more, I'll do it on my iPad. But I don't even have a Mac. I only have a PC, so everything I do is in the iMovie. And I've gotten pretty good with it. Obviously, there are some limitations that you don't have if you have iMovie on the Mac. So if you have a Mac, that I would absolutely use that, because I can think you can do kind of some picture-in-picture type of manipulations that are easier than on the iPad. But, you know, like I said, everything up to date has just been in iMovie. Or just the raw one-take footage that I've shot on an iOS device. Unless you're talking or narrating your own videos, you can use a lot of royalty-free music. I've got a bunch of royalty-free music on my computer. I showed you how to upload royalty-free music MP3s to like iMovie via iCloud.com. That's pretty nice. In terms of making your site a commercial success is, one, you want to log into YouTube and actually apply for an AdSense account, or I think it's adsense.google.com. You definitely want to kind of get that as soon as you secure your Gmail account. So, you know, whether it's, you know, I'm a cool stud at gmail.com, and then you name your YouTube channel I'm a cool stud, or whatever you might want to do. You know, you want to get that all in place. So you have your email, you have your YouTube channel, etc., and then apply for via your Gmail account for an AdSense account. And that way the advertising revenues that they overlay automatically for you on your YouTube videos, you'll get paid for. Obviously not a lot, pennies for many views, but it is what it is. And then when you do post videos, you want to make sure the descriptions are right and that the keywords are right, so that the ads that they're picking, which are based on the descriptions and the keywords, are relevant and hopefully get some click-throughs. And then also, if you're selling, not selling, but if you're doing something that is commercially available, like some of these things that I'm going to do here, you know, all this stuff is available on Amazon, or, you know, some of the other things that I've reviewed here are available on Amazon. And so you can go to Amazon.com, sign up for an affiliates link, and that way there's potentially a percentage. Not every product pays a percentage of a sale that you refer, but some of them do, and so you might get a referral fee if someone clicks through with your link to Amazon. And so if anyone does see this, you know, if you watch my videos, please click on my Amazon links, because that helps the channel out. So that is kind of cool. The other thing that I would recommend, and this is kind of the philosophical piece of the channel, is that I think the value you bring is whatever you're interested in. So for me, my channel is just, it's all this random crapola in most cases that I personally just find interesting. And so I think that's what, you know, a lot of the 30-somethings out there are going to find interesting too. They're just going to be interested in the same things you are. So whether it's where you go to have lunch at a cool place, or a restaurant, or vacation destination, a clothing or subscription service, a magazine, a comic book, toys, collectibles, merchandise, gifts, whatever those types of things are, I think those are going to be interesting to you. And even if you're working on projects like writing stories, books, or doing a blog or something like that, that you can promote on, you know, I think people will follow that, because kind of you are the common denominator for all of that. And so it's not unlike, it's likely that you're going to find millions of other people that are like you. There are not going to be a lot of people like me, because I'm a weirdo, but on your channel you'll probably have that success. So that's how I would crash course getting started with a YouTube channel today.
Peter from Panda out.